Everyone, my name is Rose Blossom. You're welcome to your favorite social media program, The Buzz. Okay, I was about to say something else, but anyways, you're welcome to the show. Remember that we have a YouTube channel, Galaxy TV News, and Galaxy TV Comedy, so you can join us. And of course, you can like, subscribe, and share. I have my co-host with me. Her name is Covenant Lagos Girl. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Rose Blossom. You are welcome to, like she said, favorite social media program, The Buzz. Yes. We're going to have beautiful conversations, I'm so sure. And we have a wonderful guest in the studio. He's looking all good, but I'm not going to let the cat out of the bag.
Yes. No, let's let the cat this time around. Let's do justice to the basket. Okay, so this is Mazi Chinedum Obioha. He's a retired banker and a chartered administrator. Welcome to the show. So you look so good on blue.
So dapper, so...
No, that was supposed to be a thank you.
Yeah, actually, thank you. I sincerely want to appreciate the invitation. I'm not taking it for granted, so thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. You look so good on
Today
screen.
is the 10th day of the month.
Yeah.
We still have more 15 days to go before the
For
Christmas.
Christmas. Oh.
So from now, it's not Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas in advance,
Thank you once
everybody.
again for having me.
Thank you for joining us. And of course, we have joining us via Zoom is Comrade Ola Awola. He's a state coordinator, Center for Anticipation and Open Leadership in Ogun State. He's also a social commentator. If we have Comrade already joining us, please let's have him on the screen so we know he's ready. If not, we're just going to go ahead with a conversation. Okay, I think he's not ready. So, Covenant, over to you. Let's hear the first story.
Okay, so better days ahead, Tinubu assures Nigerians. President Bola Tinubu has assured Nigerians that better days are ahead. Despite the current challenges facing the nation, Tinubu, represented the National Security Advisor, Nuhu Ribadu, gave this assurance at the graduation ceremony of the Executive Intelligence Management Course 17. The President's assurance comes at a time when Nigeria is facing economic and security challenges. The country's economy has been struggling with high inflation and unemployment rates. While the security situation remains a major concern, Tinubu stated that his administration is committed to ensuring national security and stability, while also implementing economic reforms to address the challenges facing the nation. Tinubu warned that individuals engaging in criminal activities, whether within or outside the country, would face justice. And that is the story for the topic.
Okay, better days ahead. Tinubu was assured Nigeria.
How many times are we going to eat assurance? That's what I mean.
It's eating for me. Mazi, we keep getting this assurance and we keep hearing a lot of things going wrong. You know, we talked about the CBN and of course POS, the charges, and of course the extra 15 naira now, where you know they charge people. And as we know, things are still skyrocketing. Fuel price is not reduced. Transportation is still as high as in fact, it's climbing up. And recently, those going to the southeast and to the eastern part of the country, the money has increased almost like a double. That's the flight, and of course, for the land transportation too is the same thing. And yet, we keep hearing better days are ahead. What's your take on this matter?
Yeah. Once again, thank you for having me. It's like. You have always decided to bring me to say something as it is, without missing a word. As I was just walking out to the studio, along Allen here, about five persons accosted me, and they were greeting me, trying to shake hands with me, trying to hug me. Mazi, please keep on doing the good work. I said, which work? He said, they are our fans on the Galaxy television, so which means even the tomato sellers watch this program, so it's a plus to you people. You mentioned about Southeast and transport all over the federation. Let me say it here clearly without missing word. As of today, transport from here to any part of the Southeast is between 40,000, 45,000, 50,000 by road.
By road.
By road. Yes.
Wow.
Then you talk about driving into the filling station. After buying whatever liters you want to buy, there is 50 naira tax
reduction.
Yeah, it's tax now.
Yeah.
They're taxing us. They are our tax masters. They talk about the high inflation. They talk about this. The president assuring, or is it today we have been hearing the assurance, or the assurance will go eat. So I think they should sit down and they know how to move this country forward without propaganda, without tribalism, without nepotism, without anything. Corruption is all over. Where I was coming from, we discussed about talking about corruption, and you start from the head. Yes, I said charity begins at home. So the rate of inflation, how are they intending to bring it down? Now, the cost of living, how are they going to bring it down? People are still struggling to eat.
Very true.
People are still struggling to be safe anywhere they go. The cost of flight now, you know how much it is. Somebody said about from here to Enugu, Enugu, Abuja is about close to 300,000. And you are telling me better days ahead. Well, I don't want to be sound as somebody who is not positive, but the taste of the pudding is in the eating thereof. Let us see what is on ground. Now, you want to assure us that better days are ahead. You are inflicting us with all manner of taxes. You are increasing this, you are increasing this. Okay, let me tell you one thing. Do you know, if you want to go to the POS now,
yes,
5,000 naira attracts 150 naira, not 100 naira again.
Someone told me it's going to be 200 naira very
yes,
soon.
I sent some money last week to the village, about 50,000 naira. They collected 1,500. And those of you, let me say it here, those of you trying to travel to the east, please, it's better you collect your money here, because down there, anywhere, it's going to be difficult. So I think the governors and the operators are not helping matters. So talk is cheap. For you to tell us that better days are ahead, then what are the indices? What do we see that will encourage us? By now, rice should have started coming down. Rice about 107, 110. So that is it. And you are telling me better days ahead. For those of us who enjoy this country somehow, I think there was a time we bought a bag of rice less than 10,000 naira.
Yeah.
That was the time we bought a crate of egg 900 naira. But today it's about 5,000 something.
Yes, and
right?
above.
So if you look at it, you said things are improving. When would things improve? When will we enjoy this thing? People, one woman posted this, they said they charged them all manner of fees, school fees, for the graduation of their children. And at the end of it, do you know what they gave them? Fufu and the goosey soup. For graduation, they collected not less than 20,000 naira.
Wow.
Is that not wickedness? So when I come here, I say it as it is. I don't bother whether if you like, don't bring me again. But I have to say it as it is. Nigerians are suffering, and we want to see a way we can eat. Nobody's talking about, there are those building houses. So.
Very true.
Those building, buying cars. These are the people this tax reform should attack. Of course, that's the aim of it. But you, the president, are you now saying that you are feeling our pains? I don't believe so. If you are feeling our pains, there should have been something to be done that we will say, yes, that is the handwriting is now. I saying the handwriting on the wall. To me, it leaves much to be desired. We are yet to see the improvement of it, because they're not talking about that. They said that the economy is improving. Economy is improving. When the economy is improving, it is when things started coming down. When you can go to the market, I said it last time, when you go to the market with 10,000 naira, you'll be able to come back with something satisfactory. I remember when we started this job, 74, 75, 76 precisely. How much are we have been paying 96 naira. 96 naira. When I was in the bank, my monthly salary was 525 naira. Don't say I said 525 naira. Yes, and I was senior staff. Then when I was promoted to officer, I was getting almost 7 or something.
And that was big money.
Big money, yes. big money. So we made do with what I had. When I had my bid was 1982. It was for 4,000 something. And my father, when I took it to the village, I thought my father would have clapped up for me. He looked at me. Early in the morning, my father called me to his bedroom. How did you get this money? Tell me. I said, the bank gave me a loan. And I went home with all the application from my branch to the area office for approval. And my father, how many parents can do that? So we are talking about bringing us back to where we are. If you cannot take us forward, bring us to where we are. We are not saying that we should be like the children of Israel who said, why have you now brought us from the land of Egypt where we are eating cucumber? But at the end of it, the promised land was real. So, but now I'm not seeing the promised land that let us not be like Moses, whom God showed the promised land, said, but you not end it. When will you start enjoying the benefit of the democracy? When you go to the hospital, the prescriptions, you've got the prescription, no drugs. Some of the patients are being treated outside. I remember I said it here without fear of any contradiction. I took my son to this lawsuit. He was attended to in the car. At the end, they saw no bed space. I took him to Lut. Lut said, there's no space unless we go to where they call spillover. Spillover. So you're telling me better days ahead. Let us go to the hospital. And the prescription, we go to the pharmacy there and they procure our drugs. Do you know that some people are dying because of cost of medication? Of course, yes. Yeah. There are people who cannot afford it.
Ordinary drugs so right now. It's difficult.
If you go to the hospital, you buy everything, including cotton wool, and nothing is being done. So we are to see the benefit of the democracy. We are to see how these things are going to. Actually, what is important is not the beginning of a thing. It's the end of it. Yeah. But then the beginning should translate to the end. Unfortunately, we are not seeing it. People are dying. By this time last year, we paid about 20-something thousand to East, right? The cost of fuel was less than
400 and something.
Yeah, no, it was about 400 something, right?
Oh, really? Last year?
Yes, December. Yeah, something like that. But today, it's 1,025 naira. What I said this yesterday because where I was coming from, I called Abba. I called it. How much is fuel being sold there? They said fuel is 1,300 naira in the east. Only God knows how much it is being sold in the north. So what are we saying? The president should say something, we believe him. But unfortunately, say, do as I say. Don't do as I do.
But he's saying better days ahead. What if he also has, strategy to these better days ahead? I mean, don't you think this statement he made is a sign of hope for Nigerians, or do you think it's an unrealistic
You talk about hope.
Yes.
This government, do they give us any hope? When they are coming on board, did they not promise us heaven and earth?
They did.
They did. How many have been implemented? When they removed the fuel subsidy, what did they promise us? Have they done anything? Have they done anything? I mean, let us be realistic. I'm not saying that they cannot do it, but what
so far so good.
Yes, what they have not shown us. I mean, on transparency, honesty, sincerity of this, because those things they promised us before they came on board. Even now, what have they done? Have we seen anything? By now, we expected that a bag of rice should have come down to maybe 40,000 naira. We'll clap on for them. Last year when my wife left, I know how much I bought 50,000 naira, and I'm going to run my welfare program to the widows. I'm looking for money to buy about 10 bags of rice. Because I have to share it.
That's about how much now?
I'm talking about 100 times 10.
That's over 100 million. A million rather.
So that's it. Where do I get it? That's about 8 bags.
Okay.
At 50,000. So now what are you saying? Are we retrogressing or we are progressing?
We're progressing.
So
all right,
Mazi. Not that we cannot believe that. But when they promise you something, when the child is promised of better days ahead from day 1, 2, 3 and nothing up to the end of it. That time when you say that so you promised me before. So that is what Nigerians are saying, that you have promised us this for the past 1 year and I'm not seeing anything. So
okay,
all we are seeing is
I would like to bring in my Zoom guest because he's been waiting to join in. Comrade Ola Avola, can we have him on the screen? Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Comrade.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Comrade. It's good to have you. Thank you so much for joining us.
Good afternoon. Yeah, thank you for having me this wonderful afternoon. And I want to use this medium, to wish all Nigerians. I join all Nigerians. I want to wish them happy International Human Rights Day. I joined all revolutionary comrades and human rights activists, in Nigeria and beyond to celebrate the inherent dignity, equal rights of every person. So I want them to let us unite for justice, equality, and freedom. So I wish everybody around the globe happy International Human Rights Day. Thank you for having me.
Okay, thank you very, very much, sir. Okay, so we're actually talking about better days ahead, which was what President Tinubu actually said. And Mazi has reacted a lot to it, saying that most of the assurance or the renewed hope that Nigerians were supposed to get, we are not getting. Because when we talk about price of food, price of fuel, price of transportation, everything basically is on the high side. So, and we keep wondering, what is the assurance? And well, like he said the beginning might not be so interesting, but what actually justifies everything is the end of it. So, but what's your take about all of this, the assurance, the renewed hope, the Nigerians to calm down and keep managing, and we'll get there pretty soon? What's your take?
Yes, thank you. The very germane topic this afternoon, and I think Dr. Mazi has enunciated a lot. Even though I have issues, itches, to get all about all the things he has said so far. Better days ahead, Tinubu assures Nigerians. I think if I want to recollect, it's the title of a song of some musicians, in the past have sung a song, Better Days Ahead. It's all about hope. But I want to tell you categorically that Nigerians have grown, they have grown weary of empty promises. You get it now. And President Tinubu's assurance of better days ahead is likely to be met with skepticism. The country has a long history of unfulfilled promises, from economic development to infrastructure. You see, one notable example is the Kolmani oil field project, which was touted as a game changer when this administration, came into the political landscape. You get it now. For the Kolmani oil field project was touted as a game changer for Nigeria's economy. However, over a year after its announcement, the project has stalled, and local communities are feeling neglected and abandoned, in respect of this project. So Nigerians are also frustrated with the lack of transparency and accountability, in government projects. The tracker, initiative, put in place by this government aims to track government projects and the budget has not been making effective, solutions to the problem. So to restore the trust, and the government needs to, that the people we have on the government needs to announce, to demonstrate a commitment to transparency, accountability, and tangible results. This includes providing regular updates on project, progress, involving citizens in the decision-making process, and ensuring that resources are allocated efficiently. Now, these are some of the promises that has been, made by this government and even successive government. And now we are counting. By next year, the government would have spent 2 years in the saddle of leadership. Promises of promises. And which I see as unkept promises. So maybe this is just one of our New Year, gifts from the presidency. Wishful, thinking. I will call it in that regard. It's a wishful thinking of the government of the day, which ordinarily some of us will not have any, watertight, confidence in. Because when you look at our environment, you look at the society, our people are suffocating. People are seriously suffocating. People have expended all their savings, trying to cushion the effect of this economic quagmire. Ordinarily, when this government came into power, even before it came into power, there have been a lot of promises. We are supposed to have seen a turnaround, in the economic architecture of this country, whereas we are supposed to have seen, at least positive changes in the lives of an average Nigerian. By next year, as I have always been saying, the political landscape will gather momentum. The welfare of the people will not be in the focus or not be in the focal point of the government's agenda anymore. What they will be pursuing is 2027. 2027 is just like 2 days in the eyes of an average politician and the president inclusive. So if you cannot change the narrative within the space of 2 years, when, at the middle of the game, you want to now, when you will be busy seriously, lobbying, strategizing, moving from one state, from one region to another, to ensure that you have a second slot. Is that when you are going to have, priority in focusing on the welfare, the well-being of Nigerians? I feel it's just, as I said earlier, it's just a New Year promise and a wishful thinking. So, whether they like it or not, the government's scorecard is nothing to write home about. They failed in most of their economic policies. Coming out at this stage, at the year is, running to an end, to stay better days ahead. When thousands of Nigerians have died of hunger, thousands of Nigerians have been, thousands of households have been impoverished, to the extent that some people, majority of our people, cannot afford to eat 3 square meal, as you can see. It has not been so bad to this extent what we are experiencing here in Nigeria. This is an elitist government. Even the elites, are crying. They are feeling the pain that it seems nothing is working. The government have not been able, to bring people who can turn around the economy of this country for the betterment of Nigerians. And whatever they are doing, they are about, going about luxury. They know what they know is about themselves. They don't think of what other people.
All right, comrade.
I would have advised Mr. President.
Thank you very much, comrade.
Aside that he has, retinue of the luxury needed. He has, special advisors and senior special assistants and all the rest of it. Let him come out to have the on-the-spot assessment of what Nigerians are going through. Like when he passed through the Nadeko route during the days of Basha to escape from the country, let him come out in disguise. Maybe in one of the
comrade.
Nyanya or Guadalajara.
All right, comrade. Another comrade, can you hear me?
Go to Agege. Hello.
Okay, all right. I'm so sorry, but we have to interject right there because we have other topics we need to talk about. But noted and duly well understood every message you're trying to pass, and we know how much it's so painful that you know, our leaders are saying that better days are ahead, we should manage, we should try to cooperate. If we check some of their lifestyles, it's not depicting a leadership skill, more like a character basically. But anyways,